Hey 7th graders, so we're going to go over a review today. I'm going to briefly go through this so you guys understand what you're doing on it, but for the most part it's something you guys have done a million times before. This is going to be due obviously the day of the test, which is the end of this week, as well as any missing work that you guys have for traits and reproduction and genetics that we've put on third quarter so far. So that all needs to be turned in by Friday at noon, which is the last day for the test. All right, so moving on, there's really two sections to this little review for you guys. First one is genotypes and phenotypes, so just a couple vocab for you guys. Be sure you can explain what a genotype is and give an example. And same with the phenotype. Make sure you guys can tell me what a phenotype is in your own words and give an example. Okay, this should look fairly familiar to you guys. So you guys will use the draw tool on this. You can use like a highlighter or a pen, however you choose to use it. And you guys will be highlighting everything that applies to that vocab word. So for instance, the word homozygous, you guys would look at these letters here, and you guys would highlight the ones that represent a homozygous, in this case, genotype. We use the word homozygous to indicate a genotype. So remember, homozygous, homo means the same. So you guys would highlight everything that has either two dominant alleles or two recessive alleles. So here's two dominant. This is an example of homozygous recessive, so that would count. And then look at these last three and tell me if any of those are homozygous as well. Okay, you're doing the same thing for heterozygous. More specific, we have homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, and then finally genotype, in which the dominant phenotype will show. So of these genotypes, which one will give us a dominant phenotype? Same with this one, genotype, in which the recessive phenotype will show. So which of these genotypes will give you the recessive phenotype? Okay, moving on. Again, this table should look a little bit familiar to you guys. You guys can either click and type, or you guys can use the draw tool. That's up to you. I provide you with the genotype, and you guys are going to give me the phenotype. So if you guys look up at this key up here, we would see big M, big M. That would give us the dominant phenotype, which in this case is mid-digital finger hair. So if you guys are looking, you guys have three sections to your fingers. This one between the base and the fingernail is your mid-digit. So if you guys have hair growing on that, that's actually a dominant trait. And if you have bald like I do, that's a recessive trait. It's sometimes hard to see because you might have really, really fine, thin hair there, but you guys might see little dots that are the follicles for the hair where it looks like the hair might grow out. So kind of check your fingers. It's kind of cool to see. Other traits we're looking at is PTC tasting, which you guys should know what that is now. Dimples, whether you guys have dimples or not. Handedness, right-handed or left-handed, and then earlobe attachment, whether you guys have free earlobes like I do, where they dip down, or whether they go straight into your head and that's attached. Okay, so go through those. Tell me the phenotypes of those individuals with these genotypes. And vice versa on this slide. You guys are given the phenotype, and you guys are supposed to tell me the genotype or genotypes. Remember, some of these we won't be able to tell what the exact genotype of the individual is, so provide more than one if that's the case. Big hint for this one, remember that a genotype has two letters, one for mom, one for dad. So if we look, for instance, at right-handed, okay? Handedness, right-handies are the dominant trait. So we're going to use H's. So if you're right-handed, you could be HH or HH. Okay, so that one has two options. Notice how they're both two letters, and we just can't look at someone who's right-handed and tell, oh, that's your genotype. All right, moving on to the last part, monohybrid crosses. These problems all look the same, where you guys have some kind of scenario set up for you guys. In this table, you guys will do the excuse me, the color changed on this on me. So you guys will just fill out the information for this table. You'll use your Punnett square and your draw tool down here, and then you'll answer these questions here. They're usually probability questions, but you guys might have some ratios to do. So you guys will do that on all four of these questions. There's just 4 monohybrid crosses for you to do. And then finally go ahead and do your wrap-up. Do you have any questions? Use your draw tool to highlight or circle yes or no. If you have a question, obviously type it in there, but if it's something that's preventing you from finishing this assignment, you should let me know. And then how do you think you did on this assignment? 4, 3, 2, or 1. Once you're done, you guys can go ahead and turn that in. Advance to your last slide and turn it in. And then if not, you guys can finish it up and turn it in then. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Bye.